So welcome everyone, Akasha here, Nan Akasha, and welcome to another global healing series on energy medicine. I'm very excited to share someone with you today that I have just found and connected to, and I think you're going to love. And thank you so much for being here, Colby Wilk. So I'm going to read just a little bit of this because I love all of the things you say about what you do, and I want you to share. So in general, you call yourself, or people call you, a psychic embodiment practitioner. And because you have really honed this skill to connect to source, you can help people reconnect to the truth of who they are. Today, we're going to talk about psychic protection without protection. And I think this is really important right now because of what's happening on the planet. The big transition, the big divide, the big breakthrough, whatever is happening in your own life is happening for everyone and in the planet. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you taking the time.
My pleasure. Thank you for introducing me to your community.
Absolutely. So share with us, what is a psychic embodiment practitioner and how you came to be connected in this way and to have these skills to be able to help people realign with their truth.
Sure. So I call myself a psychic embodiment practitioner because I use my skills as a psychic to help people more deeply embody, to become more present. And as the old Lotto commercial goes, you need to be present to win. And a lot of spiritual types tend to be up and out and all about universal love and bliss and plenty, but they're not here. And as you know, there are long lines to get a body. It takes a long time to get a body. This is not like something that just happens. And then there are those of us who have bodies who never fully inhabited, maybe because we didn't feel welcomed by our parents. We got born and we looked around and we were like, holy moly, this was a mistake, and we kept the doors to the other realms open. Or maybe we've gotten programs to help other people and not take care of ourselves. Parents, mothers, fathers. And maybe we've done so much work on ourselves that, oh, phone call, I'll put them on hold. And maybe we've done so much work on ourselves that we've taken on way too much energy. Because every time you go to a shaman or guru, you get a download. And some of that can be incompatible for your system. And so you may be brimming over, as it happened with me. And then you kind of fall apart, which is my story. I visited every shaman, every guru, every enlightened being I could find in a quest to become enlightened in this life. I took too much on too quickly, and I came undone. I was in the middle of a Kundalini awakening, and I said, oh, this is my opportunity to become enlightened. And so I pushed it with Tantra, and I came undone. And it took many years for me to get my body back. I lost all this weight. I had problems physically. And it occurred to me, wait, I'm doing this spiritual thing all wrong. It's about being human, finding your spirituality within your human body. Because if your karma, your lessons exist anywhere, they exist in your body. And so by descending into your body, you can do what's yours to be done. And that is how I became a psychic embodiment healer.
I love that, because that is a lot of concepts. I know, especially 30 some years ago when I first got on a spiritual path, all the groups I went to, everyone perceived being in a body as a punishment, right? Oh, if I get enlightened, I can leave, I can get out of here, I can ascend. And the ascension means that you go somewhere else. And missing the point, right?
Right. You know, if you don't want to come back, there's a problem. That means you're not enjoying life. This is a great place. It's a great plane of existence. And if you're not loving it, there's work to be done.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. That, you know, most people we come in, we create, we get the gift of all kinds of ideas and thoughts about whether we're good enough or not. We move through different challenges. And then at some point, people usually seek out something to find peace, something spiritual, something different from what they were taught. And of course, right now, there's people being dragged into the awakening, ready or not. And people's energies are going crazy, right? They're just puking and vomiting out all of their fears and all of these things. I believe it's a cleanse, but it is really important. And one of the reasons we're doing this is to bring more awareness to the fact that everything is energy, and that, yes, I agree with you. We're meant to enjoy life being here, and not for the reasons we were told by our parents or our schools or our governments. So talk about that a little bit, about how do you, I mean, the fact you went through this and you were able to come into your body, reclaim it, and begin to enjoy it, I'm assuming has to do with also learning that how not to be overwhelmed by other people's energies and fears.
You know, so many new age metaphysical types are very interested in their higher selves. They're not interested in their lower selves. They've rejected it. They've rejected their hatred. They've rejected their anger. They've rejected their fears because they're doing a workaround. So many of the new age people talk about gratitude and bliss. But you can't have gratitude and bliss until you have deep calm. Calm gives birth to gratitude. Gratitude gives birth to joy. But calm is the first step. And so many of us are looking for accelerations that we're missing out on the foundation. And so what we're finding are people are toppling over. People who are metaphysical and people who are not metaphysical, because of what's going on, are finding themselves overwhelmed. So the first step is calm. And the way to get calm is to descend into your body and deal with what you have not, what you've rejected, denied, abandoned. Those parts of you that couldn't get seen because of whatever, culture, your parents, whatever have you. I think the metaphysical movement has done a poor job of helping people to evolve. I was online the other day and I saw this kid doing a third eye meditation to open your third eye, which is a very accelerated practice. And I'm like, holy moly, what are you doing, kid? People should not know this until they've gone through several types of ceremonies, because you're going to develop them up without developing them down. We should be built like a pyramid with our foundation nice and strong. But you know, he's young, God bless him. And this is what's sexy and exciting, and it is. But in the old days, one of the benefits of religion were there are people keeping track of where your evolution was, so you wouldn't get in trouble. I know so many people have gone to like retreats and intensives, and they wind up really nutty because it was too much too fast. So we want to modulate and monitor our progress without being attached, because so many people are going for awakening because they're not happy here.
Yeah.
And that the universe is going to come and kick you in the ass. Going to come in, because awakening is not an escape. Yeah. It's a descent. And unless you get to, I really want to be here, your awakening is going to be really choppy, if not really scary. So my work, you know, the image that I have is of crows who have been on the electric lines and they got fried and they wind up on the ground. My work has been to restore those crows, those people, to restore their systems so they can perch again in a way that works. Mm-hmm. So I find that a lot of people's nervous systems are overwhelmed. And you know if your nervous system is overwhelmed, if you can't sleep, you've got digestive issues, you've got unexplained health issues that doctors can't figure out, you've done too much. You've given away yourself too much. Slow down. Come in. Be with you. And that's a large part what our parents did not give us. It's unconditional acceptance. Not because they didn't want to, probably, because they didn't have it to give. And if you're on this spiritual path, you're going to have to give it to yourself, because no one else is going to give it to you. No child, no husband, no wife. Enlightenment is an inside job.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So talk a little bit more about that sense of either chasing that desire, that addiction to, I need more, whether it's spiritual or money or approval, whatever it is, and that overwhelm, because pretty much everyone on the planet, most everyone, is in a state of overwhelm and adrenal
Mm.
fatigue. And most people don't want to be in their body.
As I imagine, well, it's true for me is, and I imagine true for you and many of your listeners, what brings us to God is our suffering, right? You suffer enough, you seek an answer, right? Like people who are not suffering don't try to go to God. Generally, I mean, I'm sure there's one or two or whatever. But if you're going to God out of your suffering and then try to escape your paradigm, use it as a cure-all to your depression, your anxiety, your health issues, your non-relationship status, you're gonna have a problem, which is my story. I've had Kundalini since I was 18. Every 5 years it shows up. I know what it does. Like it wakes up in the spine, it comes up and it shakes you and you get all blissed out. And I knew what was happening, but I was like, man, I'm single. I have no kid. I have clients. I'm doing financially well. Is this it? That's all I kept on saying. Is this it? This is it? This sucks. Oh, I don't know what I'll do. I'll really push this. And I did. And I came undone. And everything that not everything, I don't know, a lot of stuff that I had not faced, I was forced to face. And so that's how I got here.
Yeah. So talk about how people can not just have that psychic protection without protection. I like that, kind of explain that concept.
Sure.
But also with themselves, because like you just said, we do get attached to what other people think and achieving certain goals, but really we're the only ones inside of our head. We're the only ones inside of here making those choices. And a lot of times the attacks come from within, the negativity
Absolutely.
towards ourselves and all of that. Yeah.
Like you said to me before, I finally moved to the beach because I wanted to live on the beach. And I imagine other people might have looked at you like you were nuts. And you're like, but that's what I want. And it felt like it was an alignment, like your whole body, spirit sung when you thought about being on the beach. And then there are times where we're making decisions out of image, authenticity versus image. How do I want to show up? How do I want people to see me? How do I need them to see me to know that I'm okay? In order for me to know I'm okay, I blank. Like, think about that. In order to know that I'm okay, I need to show up as, and for me, for a long time, it was attractive. I needed to walk into a room and someone to think I'm attractive in order for me to feel secure. It's image, it's crap, and it's based on my childhood, and that's the way I got attention, by really being really cute. That has its own weirdness. So a lot of, as you know, our parents or whoever, those voices become inculcated in us. And then we do what we imagine them doing to us. We do what we imagine that they did to us a long time ago. And now we've got all this craziness going on in our head, some of which we're not even aware of. And then we're out and about, and somebody is running something that's vibrationally similar, and slam, we get hit. Well, you know that. I mean, I'll be walking around in a terrible, terrible mood, and somebody else, I come in contact with somebody. It's happened like a couple of years ago. Some guy wanted to like fight with me. And he was matching me. So all he was doing, he was showing me what I was running. So we need to take control, harness our own inner dialogue. And they're also like, we have a liver and kidneys and a spleen. We also have psychic anatomy, organs that allow us to turn our field this way and that way interdimensionally. That can help secure our field so we're less at the effect of other people's energies. Mm-hmm. You know, the Buddha, what was it? Somebody said, if you want to see how enlightened you are, go spend a week with your family.
Absolutely.
They know how to trigger you, right? So, yeah, so I'd like to explore teaching people some psychic anatomy so that they can protect themselves without protection.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do
Does
it.
that sound okay? And, you know, I imagine a lot of people have been out there, you know, like, oh, I'm so sensitive. I can't go to Costco. I can't go to IKEA. I'm with my mother-in-law and I get whacked. And enlightenment is an inside job. We need to shift something in us. We don't want to try to change their behavior. And at the same time, we want to stick up for ourselves. Like prior to this call, I'm like, hey, man, could you let go of that matrices? Because it was really a lot of energy. And I was like, could you release that, please? So that's me advocating for myself, as opposed to I'm not going to say anything and act really tough if something doesn't bother me. So I'd like to help people find their own psychic anatomy and learn to protect themselves without protection. Because a lot of people have learned to protect themselves by putting up mirrors or brick walls, and that takes a lot of energy, and no one remembers to take them down. And so you put something up because you're passing somebody, stuff gets stuck to it, you forget to take it down, and in that stuff, in the wall and its stuff goes into your field. And also it's fear, and what's generating that wall is your own fear. Which has its own magnetism.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. So what I teach people first is to bring themselves into their still point. Your still point is 3 fingers below your belly button and in the middle of you. It is your hara, your dantian. It is the well of your energy. When you bring your attention into your still point, which is 3 fingers below your belly button and in the middle of you, your body calms down because you're inside your body. Your body's no longer freaking out. Where is he or where is she? I'm not safe. Your body like, oh, finally. And when your body calms, it can heal. When your body is all jumbly, because you're outside of it, checking out like, does he like me? Does she like me? Is it safe over there? Your body's going to get hammed. So I'll practice with you, Nan, if that's okay. All right. So bring your attention into your still point, 3 fingers below your belly button. If you need to put your finger on your belly button, that's fine. And in the middle of you. And then if you can go further back and down. Yeah. And there's a little pipe there. There you go. You just arrived. Feel the weight of that. There we go. Just hang out there. And if you're listening, please do the same. 3 fingers below your belly button and in the middle of you. There we go. We'll just hang out there for a moment. So the goal of psychic protection without protection is to stay in your body. When you're outside of your body, you're being bombarded by astral forces. Some otherworldly, some just the result of other people's thinking. But your body, because it's thicker, can protect you, can protect your consciousness. There we go. Good, you feel very relaxed to me, is that right? She's like, yeah, that's nice. Good. And we're just gonna make that a little bigger by asking for help. So if you're listening to this recording, there is a bunch of guides that Nan and I put in place that are here to assist you. So you can say, hey, take me deeper. Nan, would you do that? Hey, take me deeper.
Hey, take me deeper.
And they will take you deeper. There you go, Nan. There you go. And clearing. If you think about it, the people we really respect have deep presence. They're there. They're in their bodies. And they allow you to be you without judgment. Those are the thing about somebody you respect. They have this down. It's not about their successes or prizes or awards or how they live. It's that they're in their bodies. That's what really gets our attention. There we go. In my experience, it doesn't matter what acts of service you do to attract people. If you want to attract people, you descend into your body and they will like come because they can smell it. We are a tribal animal. We communicate with our energetic field. It's beautiful. How you doing?
Great.
Good.
Very relaxed.
Good. And this is something that you, Nan, and your listeners can practice. You don't need me here. Just by keeping your attention in your body. There we go. For much of my training has been to leave my body as a psychic, to be a remote viewer, astral, whatever. And not that those things are bad, but for me, they fried me. I was living outside my body most of the time. That's my strat. I'm not saying it's bad for anyone else. But when I started doing this, my body calmed. And life didn't look so scary. I didn't see people as trying to attack me or imagining their worst motivations. Good, and clearing. So we'll do another practice if that's okay, Nan.
Yes.
Wonderful. I call this Buddha's headphones. So if you were to imagine what Buddha would listen to, like, okay, I'm the Buddha. What do I listen to? Do I listen to rock? Do I listen to jazz? Do I listen to opera? What do I listen to? I'm the Buddha. Okay. So we're going to put on Buddha's headphones and get a sense of what he, she, they were listening to. We're going to listen to what they listened to. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. So, Nan, you'll be my practice person. So you say I. You say your name.
Nan.
Choose
Choose
to put on Buddha's headphones.
to put on Buddha's headphones.
There we go. There you go. And if you're at home listening to this, you can do the same. I, and saying your name, choose to put on Buddha's headphones. And just be aware that the headphones are on. And you'll listen, hear what Buddha heard. What was Buddha listening to? There we go. There you go. You're getting it. So we have energetic organs that allow us to have spiritual experiences without a lot of work. We just need to know where those organs are and how to direct them. And they are eager to be directed. But somewhere along the line in our evolution, we lost our manual. And so I'm pretty good at finding the organs, and figuring out how to work with them. How's your headphones?
It's great. It was, I kind of expected to hear chants because I like chants. But it was, first, it was like this line,
Right, there you go.
just like a tone, very peaceful, just across through everything.
Right, like a cornfield that goes on forever.
Yeah, it was just this, and then it started to move a little bit. There was more like energy, color maybe than sound.
Yeah.
The way I perceived it.
Nice. So you can wear Buddhist headphones anytime you like. So put your headphones back on. I choose to wear Buddhist headphones. And you can, there you go. And when you're going to IKEA or going to your supermarket with your COVID mask and you can wear your Buddhist headphones and kind of slide around. Again, enlightenment is an inside job. We're not so concerned about what's coming at us. We're focused on ourselves and making this peaceful, calm, harmonious. There we go. Good. We'll do another if that's okay, if there's enough time.
Yes, absolutely.
So you have a belt, we all have a belt, that extends from your belly button, like 2 fingers below your belly button, around you. And it is literally at the edge of your arm. So as far out as your arms go, that is your belt. So it's interesting for me, I believe one of the gifts of this time is that people are staying approximately 6 feet away from each other.
Yeah.
So it's fairly easy to keep your space clear in some respects. That might be one of the benefits of this time. Now, why this is happening, I don't know. I'm not even, but there are opportunities, right? Nothing pisses me off more than someone says, this is the lesson about this. How do you know that? But there are opportunities here. So you have a belt that has this silver cord that comes out and that makes this belt. It then has lines as if you are sitting inside of a globe. Okay? That is your belt. That is, in some respects, where you begin and end. I've seen a lot of people like, okay, here's my aura. That doesn't work because you cannot keep your attention on it consistently. You just can't. However, you do have a natural anatomy that does it for us. You have an organ that helps you to separate from others. Now, like I said before, we are all one. That's true up here. But down here, not so much. I don't want somebody coming onto my property uninvited. This is my property. Sure, we're all one, but this is my property. Nor do I have to build big fences to keep people out. I can energetically, this is mine, not mine. So I don't have to create these walls. I can just create an essence of separation. And that's what this belt does. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you would say, Nan, if you would practice with me, bring your attention into your still point, like you did before so beautifully. Nice. And you can ask them to take you deeper. Take me deeper.
Take me deeper.
There you go. And you can notice you went poof, a little further down. And you know, it's not like with these exercises, you can command something or ask for something and then go think about your shopping or your boyfriend. You got to keep your attention on it to work. The attention is the engine. It'll help you. Great, so your attention's in your still point beautifully. So now you want to say highlight, I ask
I ask
that my solar plexus belt
that my solar plexus belt
be highlighted.
be highlighted.
There we go. There she comes. And the way I see yours, Nan, is it's yellow. It's intact. And you are at the center of it. Notice it feels like there is a structure around you. And bring some attention to the lower part of the structure. Yours doesn't go all the way to your feet and below it. So we want it above and we want it below. There we go. Feel the difference?
Mm-hmm.
There's your solar plexus belt. And if you're listening and you want to practice this, you just say, I ask to highlight my solar plexus belt. Now your solar plexus belt is fed by the midbrain. Even though it's here, it actually is from here. Okay? So now you're going to say, I ask that my midbrain feed my solar plexus belt.
Feed my solar plexus belt.
There you go. There you go. And you'll notice the wattage increases.
Yeah.
There you go. So now you can go to a car dealership with those salespeople who are like, hey, do you want a car? I got a deal. I can go to a car dealership. That's amazing. I hate shopping for cars.
Oh, it's one of the worst, yeah.
But now you can, it's okay, you don't impact me, dude. Well, you can do you can be how you are. It's cool.
Yeah.
So these are 3 simple practices you can do. This is psychic protection without protection. We're not going in, ooh, there are beings out there, and there are, that mean to do me harm. Yeah, there are. It's true, right? But we don't want to bring our attention there because it only makes things worse. We want to just be in ourselves and be at the center of ourselves. When people say, she is the center of my world, that's really scary stuff.
Yeah.
You should be at the center of your world. That means your attention needs to be at the center of you. And when your attention is not in the center of you, outside of you, because you've learned, I'm not safe. I was born into a world with people who are unconscious. Or my job is to take care of everyone else. I have to intuit what they're thinking so I can meet their needs. You have learned to not be at your center. And when you are at your center, you are calm, you are harmonious, your body works better, your consciousness works better. So this is psychic protection without protection. It's just a little bit to get people on their way.
Yeah. No, it's great because it's simple enough that even people who don't understand their anatomy, their spiritual anatomy, you can feel it and you can do this stuff. And I really like what you said about, it's a gift to be in a body. It's a great thing to take with all these other tools that Colby's giving you, is to switch from feeling like maybe, I'm not the lucky one, or why didn't I have a different life, or I don't want to be in my body, or I don't want to be here at this time, to really feeling blessed about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very grounding, satisfying feeling. Reminds me of doing Qigong when you sink into your body. You really sink into those, I call it, sit in your pelvic floor. and be there. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I
You know
think this is
what occurs to me in this moment? If you're going to liberate, you can only liberate within a body. This is the body you're going to liberate from or with. But you need a body to do it. I should say you liberate with a body, not from a body. That's really telling.
very good. Yes, that's a great distinction with your
So many
body.
people think their body's wrong. I'm not tall enough. I'm not short enough. I'm too heavy. I'm too thin, too old. This is the body that God gave you to work with. It's the perfect body, or else you wouldn't have been given it. It's got all your karma, all your lessons.
Yeah.
There's a reason that you look and feel the way you do. This is your partner. Anyway.
I love that. This is your partner. Oh, it's wonderful. Well, share with us. I know you have a gift and also where people can find you.
Sure. My website is colbywilk.com. That's COLBYWILK.com. And the gift I'm offering is the new tree ceremony, which is phenomenal, which is for people. It's a ceremony. I sing. I'm not a singer, but the energy is freaking amazing. Where people who want to dismantle an area of their life can completely dismantle it and start afresh with a new tree. And this is not something to be done haphazardly or lightly. You're saying, I want to completely dismantle. You're not holding on to anything. So if that's you, the ceremony, the new tree ceremony may be of assistance. And my website again is colbywilk.com.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So is there anything else you'd like to leave us with? There's a lot of really powerful gems in here. And I want people to sit after they see this and really feel into the little gems of wisdom that they've been gifted with. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we close?
I've been doing a once a week Corona call. Once a week, it's free, where people who are overwhelmed by what's going on can get healings as a group. And like I said before, I don't know why Corona is here, but there are gifts. And right now the gift has changed to being clarifying your vibration, not raising it, clarifying it. Because you don't want to raise your vibration. Everyone is a note on the piano. Maybe you're a middle C, maybe you're a high D, whatever. You want to be that vibration clearly. And the benefit of this time that I can figure out is people are staying away. You're left on your own, is to clarify your vibration, to be a clear C, if that's what you are. Anyway, so yes, there are gifts on the website. And thank you. This is totally fun.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really, it's been an honor to meet you. I hope we get to play together again.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right, great. Well, thank you, everyone. And if you're watching the video, the links are below to everything that Colby's talking about. If you're watching the podcast, the same thing. You can always contact us if you can't find him. And make sure that you take this. I love this. I feel so blissfully present, not out here, but just sort of, in my chair. So take this beautiful energy, take a moment after you watch this to ground this, to anchor it, to feel it, to remember it, maybe to journal how you felt as Colby walked you through these different exercises. And think about how you are a blessing. I love what you said. I believe it 100%. You're designed exactly the way you are on purpose. There isn't a mistake. And what you can do by being present and, like you said, clarifying your own energy is be a bigger blessing to the world. That's the way to really help others as well as yourself. So thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Namaste.